Hello everyone, I'm Dan from Dan Do That, and I may have just technically escaped from a kidnapping. Here's the story. Through the people I worked for, I was introduced to another teacher. This teacher happened to be have a sideline gig as a major party official in the local commune. So he's the vice deputy of this commune where I live. We got to talking, we got to drinking. He invited me over his house. Long story short, I told him, I gave him my rundown. I'm a teacher. I'm 33. I'm single. I'm single. I said this in front of his, wife and his mother-in-law, his son and daughter. Anyway, I give everyone the same rundown. I'm a teacher. I'm a writer. I love business. I'm 33. I'm single. And I say that because everyone here wants to hook a nigga up. They want to hook you up. They want to hook you up with somebody. Everyone knows somebody. They're gonna whatever. I want to stay here forever. I want to marry a Vietnamese woman. Everybody's like, oh, you should Anyway, they said the same thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna hook you up. We have some family. We're going to hook you up. Now, what does that mean? I'm talking about being single, and we have some family. We're going to hook you up. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so they're going to hook me up with someone in their family, which is fine. We're going to, try to be business partners. We're talking about some major business with this official, trying to encourage a brand new tourism industry here in this. And it doesn't matter because that was then. This is now. So of course, everyone is always excited to meet me, the American. And they message me on Zalo and they're like, oh, everyone's excited to meet you. The family's excited. My aunt, and the one who said my aunt, who is very excited to meet you, is a 13-year-old boy. Is a 13-year-old boy. My aunt is very excited to meet you. She is going to contact you. She is going to call you. She is excited to meet you. We are going to hook you up. We got a family. You see where I'm going. So I get the phone call, I get the text, and the aunt has texted me and added me on Zalo. And so she's like, yeah, come on. Oh, you're super excited. Oh, yeah, come on down. I know you're out of town in this other province. How soon can you get back? I have some free time. Come and meet me, the aunt of this young boy. So, I'm 33. I could be a nigga's aunt. I could be an aunt. So, or I could be an uncle, So I'm thinking, okay, auntie, maybe she's a little older. That's fine with me. I don't mind that, So I'm here in town. I said, okay, I'm gonna meet you, aunt. 4 o'clock. We go. First, she says, meet me at this lemonade, someplace. It seemed like a restaurant. First, she said, meet me at a restaurant. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And she's like, or do you want to just come to the house? And I'm like, Now, my mind was in a certain place because this very day, I had a date with my co-workers, the other teachers in the English department at my high school. We went for a hot pot and we were just sitting and talking. And I don't know what kind of experience you have with teachers, but it's a pretty common thing that teachers are frisky. So, they're frisky. So it was frisky. They're all married, but, they're frisky. So my mind's in a certain place. And she's like, the aunt is like, come to the crib, come to the house. And I'm like, cool, let's go to that. I'll meet you at the house. But then, you know, I don't know, her senses get the better of her, I'm assuming. And she's like, no. Meet me in this public place. Meet me in this public place. Actually, really nice place. I wish I had gotten pictures, but it was a pagoda. It's called Chua-ha. Pronunciation is whack. Don't worry about it. It's a big, nice place. I will go back there. I'll take pictures for next time. Take video for next time. Anyway, I meet her there. She's like, okay. She saw me. It was a real quick, you know, I'm not a newbie at the dating, you know. You see someone, you get an instant size up, and you're like, cool, let's go get the coffee, talk a little bit. Then whatever happens after that, happens after that. She said, she saw me from across the way. You know, I parked the bike, I get off, I'm looking around, where you at? She peeped the nigga from across the way. She came over, she's like, let's go to my house. It was real fast. You know, she was like, boom, hey, you're Dan. We have officially met in a public place. Everything is still above board. Let's go to the crib. Hop back on your bike. It was fast. It was like, you are you, I am me, let's go. She's an older woman, right? So she's not the, you know, she's not the 30s young aunt that I was expecting. Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Right? She's a stranger. I just met her. Whatever. She's like, let's go to the crib. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's go to the crib. And she says, oh, wait, let's stop at the market. I'm going to get some food. I want to cook for you. And so at this moment, I don't know anything about this woman other than she is the relative of this very highly placed party official who I don't want to make a bad impression of because I'm trying to do business with this person. And also because I don't want no fucking party officials to be my enemies, right? So, plus my mind's in that frisky place and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. You want to, whatever, let's do it. Let's figure it out. Stop at the market. She's like, oh, what food do you like? Oh, do you want to cook? Why don't you, I'm going to buy a steak and you cook the steak for me. I'm thinking, okay, this woman lives alone. We're just going to go cook, maybe have a glass of, like classic, you know, classic, have a glass of wine and chat, see where the talking goes. If it goes good, it goes good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, I'm thinking, she didn't buy that much stuff. She just got like a little, enough steak. You know, it was a thick steak. But at the time, I'm just thinking, you know, she bought a little thick ass steak. She said, oh, you're American, you like bread. She got a loaf of bread. She got a small amount of vegetable. She got some tofu. Now, I don't like tofu. I avoid it when I can, but, you know, you can't avoid it here. You got to eat it. So I do the little mouse nibble, the little hamster nibble, like, yeah, you know, so I nibble on the tofu here. But anyway, she bought a sack. She bought what I would call a sack now. Now that I'm looking back, analyzing, she bought a sack of tofu. They didn't strike me as odd. They love tofu. But I don't know. It was like bricks. Looked like cocaine bricks of tofu. Just boom, boom. She bought 6 or 8 bricks of tofu. But that didn't strike me as odd. I'm running through the scenarios, thinking about the logistics and what do I got to do today and what's going to do, whatever, you know. I didn't catch it. I didn't see that little detail. We go back to the crib, all right, and I get to the crib, and we pull up. Nice house, nice big house. Okay, of course it matches. The dude is a party official. The dude that I'm, the partner. He's wealthy. He's wealthy. He's got businesses, and he's a party official. And I don't know why he's teaching, but whatever. His house is super nice. We get to her house, and it's nice. It's a nice, big, tall, like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I don't know how many stories. And attached to it is a carpentry, like a shop. And it's an old man in there. We pull up, and then she's like, "Oh, that's my husband." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Now, here's the thing. It's about your mindset, right? It's about your mindset. I told you, I literally just at this lunch with these teachers, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're married." And I asked them about the concept of school wives and, risky teachers. And so I'm thinking, I don't know their situation. I don't know what's about to happen. Maybe he's gonna stay out in the shop. I don't know. And I wasn't necessarily thinking dirty, but so I said, okay, well, whatever. We'll have dinner. Who knows? Her English is very good. Her English was mostly pretty good. It was mostly pretty good. This was what I assumed was some sort of initial meeting that could lead to some romantic or somethingness in the future. We're already at her house, way off of the beaten path. I don't know where the fuck we are. She took me to the market. First we're in the city. She took me to the market, and then she said, "Okay, let's go to my house." And my house is like, whoa. My house ain't in the city. Where is my house at? Where's your house at, bitch? Where am I at? I'm out. I was out there through a neighborhood. I had no clue where I was. So I'm not just gonna be like, and okay, when I say just, I don't mean just, but it was very recently that I was at this date with these 4 women. And then now it's later on, a little later in the day, and I'm getting a little hungry. I'm not hungry at this point, but I figure, I'm gonna be here. We're gonna sit, talk, whatever, shoot the shit, make some food, have some dinner. It was about 4 o'clock. It might have been 4:30 at this point from shopping. Dinner time's about 5:36, something like that. We're gonna shoot your shit, whatever. And worst comes to worst. I mean, at worst, I have dinner with some new friends. They speak English, or the wife speaks English. The guy is a carpenter. The shop is a carpentry shop, and the guy's like a master carpenter. So at worst, I make a new master carpenter friend, which anyone who knows me knows I like carpentry. I like to make furniture. And the furniture they make in this motherfucker is the bomb. They be doing it up here in Vietnam. It's better than that. So at worst, I make a new master carpenter friend and his wife, who speaks good English and is, and as I later learned, is also in the party. She's also in the party. And then at best, who knows what the best of that situation is. I don't know. I'm at their house. We're gonna have dinner. So she tells me, one, she's in the party. She is a high-ranking official in the local Vinh city government, kind of like she runs like a department in the government. Something about the women's union, where she didn't really explain it that well. Something about ensuring that women obey the laws. I don't know. They got a big nice house with a master carpentry business connected to it, and all the shit in their house is like custom. Nice. It's nice. It's a fucking nice place. Somebody's doing something right. And her brother is a party official here where I am at right now, and she is a party official there where they are right now. Their other brother works at like the Vietnamese version of the EPA. This is a connected family. So I'm here. I'm stuck. Here's what I learned. She's an English teacher on the side. She's like a volunteer. Like she does like a charity English lesson. I see now. I see why you're so hyped, why you're so excited to get a nigga to come over. Guess what? I have a class today. Jesus, okay. Miss Party Official, you got a class today, Miss Married Party Official. I told her, I was like, honestly, I'm very surprised by all of this. I 100% thought this was a date. I thought this was going to be a date. Not a recruitment to your volunteer English class. So she takes in like orphans and poor local children from the neighborhood, and only charges the ones that can afford it. That same old like fucking saint story. She doesn't take the money from the people who are too hard up, or if they can't pay, orphans. She's teaching English to orphans. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And everybody's connected in the party. So, sure, I will. Why not? I'll be a guest teacher tonight. Fine. What time is the class? Class is at 7. It's 4:30, bitch. What? It's 4:30. Class is at 7. Oh, God damn. Okay, it's fine. The class is 45. A free class? 30 minutes? 45 minutes? I didn't ask this. I didn't think about it. I didn't ask it. Whatever. Fine. She's excited. She wants to talk to me in English. Her daughters come in. She wants me to talk to them. So one daughter is in 11th grade, which is the grade I teach. She got the same exact book I was teaching from today. So I said, okay, well, go get your book while we wait for dinner. She's over there cooking dinner for, till 5 or whatever time. The girl brings her book. We go through the speaking. I think it's the speaking section. Whatever. We go through whatever lesson she went through in that day. Just a little bit of extra work. A little bit of free English lesson. A little bit of after school English lesson, which I just learned today. The teachers, right? So teachers, they make jack shit at school. I guess that's about the same all over the world. They don't make enough. So what they do to supplement their income, they do after school tutoring. The same teachers that teach you in the day, the students, their parents pay money to teach them at night. How much do they pay? Between $50,000 and $70,000 per lesson. That's probably like twice a week, I think, something like that. And then people, whose students are really expected to do well on the national exam, they'll go to 2 or 3 or 4 of these, so they're shelling out $200,000, $250,000 twice a week. Anyway, so I learned this at the end of the night. But anyway, so me doing this after school teaching of the exact same lesson that she learned to do, put that money in my hand. so I deal with the daughter. Then we have dinner. I told you this was a story of kidnapping, so I thought this was a date. She was acting like it was a date. I told her I thought this was a date, and then she was like, nah, this is not a date, but you can't leave until after 7. Kidnapping. This is also a story of how I had the most delicious, tastiest, best, they call it wine, but I would say it's more like I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur of liquor, but it's a liquor. It was the best fucking liquor I've ever had in my entire life. Like I said, I'm not a connoisseur. And this was what struck me was, I said, oh, this is brown. This is the very first, like, really, like, dark brown, like deep coffee, honey, looking brown. I was like, that's the first brown liquor I've had, brown wine I've had since coming to this country. Most of the homemade wines I've had are like clear to slightly tinted. Look at that. That looks like used cooking oil. That looks like used. That's some brown liquor right there. That's like some bourbon, right? It's like bourbon. I thought it was honey. It's thick, smooth. God damn, this was good. It was good. So we're having dinner. The master carpenter's sitting there. The party official sitting there. EPA sitting there. The children are sitting there. And then she's like, oh, I wish I had some beer for you. I was like, and I'm passing around the phone. Again, this is why there's no video. It's the same old story. Same old story. For the most part, I talk to people who don't know English. Now, her English is not that good. Her kids don't know English. Her husband didn't. Party official didn't. So we use the phone. So I'm passing the phone to different people, making conversation. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not a heavy drinker. I really don't like to drink alone, of course. I only would want to drink if everybody was drinking. And then her eyes sort of, oh, everybody was drinking? Bet. She said, bet. And then she went, she got this shit out. I don't know if you can see that. Look at, maybe you can't see the red tint. You can't see through it the way I can. The light refracting through this bottle, it's like it looks like vampire wine. It looks like some mystical shit. And it tastes like it. Anyway, she pulls the wine out, and I comment, I'm like, oh, that's the first really dark liquor I've had here. She pours her little shot glasses. Cham for cham, cheers. We take it, and it's thick, it's syrup. It's like it's thick, kind of like a NyQuil, almost like a thickness, like a medicine, but it's smooth. Initially I thought, is this honey? Am I drinking is this mead? Is this honey wine? Swallow it down. My eyes lit up. I was like, what the fuck? What happened? What is that? I was like, is this made out of honey? Pure honey wine? She's like, nah, that's not, there's no honey. She didn't understand the word honey, so I'm translating honey. She said, no, it's fruits. I told her, I was like, this is the best wine or liquor that I've ever had in my life. And she's like, oh, really? Really? I said, who made this? Now, most of the wine or liquor that I've had here was made by men. I don't even think I've had any that was made by a woman before. If I have, it never came up. I said, who made this? And she was all like, I made it. I was like, damn, bitch, I love you. You can turn me to alcohol. No, I'm just joking, but. So we talk about bottling it up and selling it in the U.S. I'm like, yes, man, that's what I do. I bottle shit up and sell it. I bottle shit up and sell it. Actually, there was at a hair salon that I'm trying to partner with. They have a special forest honey hair solution. I still need to get more details. I didn't know. I'm talking with the business owner for days. Like, yeah, okay, let's figure out how to do this business, and maybe we need to move, and what you specifically said, I said, what you need is product to upsell. Excuse me. You need your own product to upsell. Some cream or something that's just yours. She never entered her lips, came out of her mouth anything about this very exclusive, fucking popular, mythical product that she has already on set. God damn these people. Sometimes I meet people that have businesses and I'm like, what? I mean, I don't understand. There's some fundamental difference between me and you. I am missing something, but you are also, like, I meet a business person and they have like a pile of money that's sitting right next to them, and they just look at it sometimes, but they don't ever take no dollars out. They don't take no dollars out their pile of money just sitting there. Something it doesn't enter there. It's a mental thing. It's like you have some aspect of your personality is business minded. I'm going to do business. I'm going to sell paint. I'm going to have a hair salon. I'm going to have an English class. But, and then you have that drive and that willpower, that fortitude, that whatever, all of the positive things you need to start a business. A lot of people here have it. A lot of people in Asia in general have it. That's why that's why this business is every fucking where. But there's the aspect of the business that's like, make a lot of money. Why are you doing this if that's not your goal? Make some money. If you want to make some money, get a job. If you want to make a lot of money, you start a business. But that's not the way they think anyway. I didn't even know why I'm saying that. I said, hey, bitch, let's make a lot of money. So we drank and drank and drank because one is delicious. Normally I would try to resist drinking their homemade swills. It's rough, and I've said this before. It's hard. It's hard just to eat because they don't give you any fucking water. They keep the rice in the rice cooker away from the table. And you're expected to just drink, and you drink with him, and you drink with her, and you drink with him, and every time you give a compliment, you take a drink with the person you complimented. And of course, it's just good manners to compliment everyone, and then try to do it equally, at least from my side. So I compliment the master carpenter. I'm like, oh man, you're a master carpenter. I love carpentry. I'd love to see your work. And then he's like, there, look at that railing. It's like fucking nice, thick, shined up railing with sexy ass curves going and just smooth. And it's got some joinery going on the inside that I didn't even know about. I know there's joinery on the inside. Anyway, so I'm like, this, and he's like, yeah, and that table, and the shutters, and I'm like, God damn, nigga, this is the bomb. And then so he didn't understand a lick of English. We take that drink, and then the brother-in-law, maybe, I don't know, the EPA. So I have to compliment him. So I'm like, oh yeah, so how long have you been with the EPA? You know, he said he's been with 25 years. I'm like, God damn, you must be very high up. You know, he made this little joke. He said something like, I'm high in stress, low in pay, or something like that. You know, funny joke. We laugh, we take a drink. And then I told her, oh yeah, we're gonna bottle this up, we're gonna sell it in America, we're gonna make some money. We'll take a drink. And then I made another compliment to each one of them. But every drink, I'm like, so good. And so now I'm drunk. We're eating, and there's all this boisterous noise coming from the other room. And look at that, it's right about 7 o'clock. I've spent 3 hours here teaching for at least 1 hour, her children. And we ate for an hour and sat and waited for cooking for another hour or 30 minutes. And now the children are here. But I'm drunk. So she kidnapped me. She got me drunk. And this is where she laid the final nail in the coffin. This is where she, right? So originally I thought this was a date, but it's not a date. It's a trick. It's a ploy to get me here so I can teach her a class. So here's where she laid the final nail in the coffin. I'm drunk, and she is, I'm drunk, and there's a bunch of children out in her classroom. And then she's like, oh, okay, well, don't worry about, coming out yet. You just sober up. So I sit in there and I sober up a bit. I eat a bunch of the bread. I eat some more meat. Try to sober up and sit. Wait a minute, and then I go out there, and she's like, "Hey, this is Dan. Dan's going to teach you." What the fuck? It's children, man. I teach. I damn near teach adults. I teach 17-year-olds, 16 and 17-year-olds. Some may even be 18. Anyway, that's what I teach. I'm not a kids teacher. Okay, here's what I'll say. I can teach children. I can do what needs to be done. I don't like it. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's not fulfilling for me. It's not fulfilling. It's like a song and it's like a dancing pony show. I know it's good for them. I'm teaching them but they're children. I don't give a fuck. They got plenty of time. They don't, they just learn because you make them. They do what you make them. I'll song and dance and teach, focus, make them, push them, all of it, and motivate them. I'll do it all. I'm a good teacher. That's not me. I'm not the... I don't like that shit. I want to be a boring lecturer. I want to be a boring lecturer and maybe, on a good day, push you to further explore and gain your own knowledge and get a little bit of excitement about learning through some poignant philosophical musings. That's what I like. I'm not trying to be like learning. That's not me. Anyway, so these are children. They're all 10 years old, 9 and 10-year-old kids. Too young to behave, too old to be, to be enraptured. Does that make sense? You really younger kids, you do a lesson and they're in it. Older kids, they're figuring out social shit and they're trying to one up each other. And so it's not always with them. It's not always just like learning. It's like learning, managing. It's got those hills and valleys. So And then with even older kids, there's sometimes even there's less management because they manage themselves. Just when they get too hyped up, you sit them down. But it's not about teaching. This is about how I was kidnapped. Got me drunk. Someone got me drunk. First, I was tricked into thinking it was a date, then kidnapped, then they got me drunk on the best alcohol I've ever had. Then I had to teach a class. No. This woman teaches a free class, a charity class for orphans and indigent children. A class costs $50,000 to $70,000 for more. I don't know how long these other teachers teach for, but you can only do so much English in one time. An hour at the most. For a free class should be 30 minutes. Free class should be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. This bitch had me teaching them for an hour and a half. And it was only an hour and a half because I came late, because I had to sober up. If I had come at 7, I would have been teaching from 7 to 9. I would be teaching for 2 hours. 2 hours for free. Plus, I already taught her kids for an hour. Plus, I taught during the day, all day. I taught the first half of the day. God damn. And I ain't getting no... I was just saying, it wasn't a date. Motherfucker, it was wild. It was wild. And here's the thing. So I blow it out the park, whatever I do to impromptu teaching this class. I'm mentioning get them interested in learning. Everyone's always hyped. Whatever. I teach the class. And then, so originally, I thought this was a date. It was not a date. After that motherfucking class and after dinner, old man Carpentry is in bed. And it's just me and Miss Charity. And then it starts to become like a little date action happening. So I don't know if this was a positive or negative experience. I will say it's a net positive because ask and ye shall receive. I was at dinner, I complimented the wine. I said it's the most delicious wine I've ever had. Please give me a little bit so that I can let someone else taste it and they can judge and tell me. She filled up a whole bottle. I got a little wine collection here. It's a special wine I got just from Lacan province. They just make it there. And now I have this. So I have 2 special wines. Also, she gave me some mooncakes. She has some leftover mooncakes, which I really like. They're delicious. If you have the chance, eat a mooncake. She also gave me some peanut brittle, a fistful of peanut brittle there. It's more than a fistful because I have to hold it with 2 hands. So a double fist of peanut brittle, 2 mooncakes, wine. She's texting me actually at this very moment. You know what I'm talking about. And then, so it was crazy. It was weird. It was a crazy experience. But that's what happens. I got a little bit of video of the house. I might have a picture or 2 of the family all together. But again, I I know I've been off for a while. I need 2 phones. Hit those Patreon numbers. Hit those Patreon numbers so I can get a phone that I can use as a translator and a phone as a video. You know, because look, it disarms him. Once you have one phone out and you're like passing it around, it's nothing to hold up another, take a selfie, or hold up and take a video, or put it in my pocket or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's weird, people get kind of sensitive if you just walk up to them with a camera in their face. Vloggers can be jarring, right? But if you're interacting with people and you're passing around your phone and you're talking and you say, okay, I'm gonna do a video, okay, and you're already using it, you can get a natural interaction that's really hard to get, if you're just like, talk to me, ha ha ha, trying to make, I want to show you the natural, the realness. That's it. Dan Do That, Patreon, patreon.com/Dan Do That, YouTube, search Dan Do That, Facebook, you have to find Dan Rogers. Become a Patreon supporter, a patron. That's it. That's the story of how I was kidnapped and then had the very best wine I've ever had in my life.